Hey, it's Steven with Jacksonville Real Estate News, your unbiased news source for real estate information here in the greater Northeast Florida area. And you guys know what time it is. We have rolled into a new month. It has gone very, very fast. I can't believe we are already through the summer here in Duval and St. Johns counties, Clay County, Nassau. School's about to start here in the next couple of weeks. Man, it is moving fast, fast, fast. So, since we're in a new month, you guys know what that means. You know exactly what it means. It means that we're doing a month in review. Hey, what's going on in the market? What's the market update? What's happening with housing, inventory, pricing, et cetera, et cetera. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know that this summer's kind of been a little, that's my best way of putting it. I don't know what to put that as, but it's just been doing that. So let's get into it real quick and take a look, see what's happening with the market. So as you guys know, I love to look at what is going on here in the market, especially what's going on with listings and all that good stuff. So as we've got, we were expecting kind of listings to kind of pop up a little bit. They kind of balanced out. They didn't do a lot. I mean, not much difference between June and July, so they're kind of staying steady. People ask me, Steven, why are listings staying steady? What's happening? Why aren't we getting more things onto the market? Let's talk about this for a second. The big thing that you guys need to know is when it comes to real estate, anywhere, the reason people buy or sell real estate is the buying side of things. Just because somebody is selling doesn't mean really a lot. What it means is that they have a reason to go buy somewhere else. So they're moving out of town. They need to downsize. They need to go and get a bigger house. That's what drives everything. Everyone thinks, oh, it's the sellers. They got to do something. No, they've got to go and buy something else. That's what drives them to sell their house. So why we're not seeing a lot of this stuff come back up? I personally think it's because there's not enough motivation for people to go and sell their house, to go and buy something else. Perfect example, I'll bring myself up and say, hey, I've got a house, I've got a wife and 3 kids. We've got an interest rate down in the 2.8s. Do we need more space? Yes, we need more space. We definitely need more space because my kids keep getting older and older, and we just need the space. Now, the thing that normally I'd start looking at another house. I'd start seeing what's out there. How does this work? How does this work? But I'm going to go from a 2.85 interest rate to a 7 interest rate. And the house price is going to be much higher. So am I prepared to make that jump right now? Me personally? No, I'm not. I'll deal with, hey, we're in a tight house, and that's just kind of what it is. But that's why I think we're not seeing a bunch of inventory pop up. I don't think we're seeing that curve balance out and move, and I think it's going to stay like this for the rest of the year. I really do. I think it's going to stay steady with just kind of this amount of inventory until something else changes. And really, I think the big change is going to be what is somebody's motivation for wanting to buy. Now, if we had, in my personal family, if we had another child and then we really need the space, we've got to go to a bigger house. Right now, we don't need it. Would we want it? Yes. But do we need it? No. So if we don't really need it, we're just going to stay. And I think that's what we're seeing a lot with sellers right now, which is dictating the number of houses that are coming on the market. Sellers who are moving, a lot of the ones that I'm talking with are, hey, they're moving out of town. They got a job relocation, or they're downsizing. They're really coming down, or hey, we've got to have more space. Not we need more space. So that's just some insight that I don't think a lot of people think about. They think, oh, we're going to sell, we're going to do this, or where that motivation comes from. The motivation comes from, hey, what are you buying? What is the driving factor in that? So that's what we've got on listings. We're seeing these kind of just balance out. Let's go over here to kind of our average pricing. And you guys know I love getting into these. This is a great conversation that I have with everybody. We're going to go, there we go. we're going to bring these down. Take a look at this. This is our sold average sale price. I talk with a lot of people and say, Stephen, we're waiting for it to come down. Based on numbers, guys, once again, you've heard me say it before, facts don't care about your feelings. If you're going from February, every month this year, since February, home prices have gone up. I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm not trying to get upset at your uncle or whoever who says, oh, this is going to happen. I'm just looking at the numbers, people. It just is what it is. Prices keep going up. Now, are they going up as fast as they normally have? No, but they're still going up. Prices are going to continue to increase, especially if you watched my video from last week where it talks about all the different factors here in Northeast Florida. This is why you're seeing it go up. That's just what's happening. Let's go down here. You guys know I love talking about month's supply of inventory. Month's supply of inventory has kind of bounced back up to about 2.8. Once again, a seller's market is 1 to 5 months. A neutral market is 5 to 6 months. A buyer's market is 6+ months when it comes to inventory. With that being said, we haven't seen a buyer's market, since the Great Recession. Just hasn't happened. We're not seeing that out there. Sold to list ratio. You guys know this is one of my favorite things. Sold to list ratio, we're still seeing that stay pretty steady, about 98%. So there's going to be a 2% variance based upon your list price to your sold price. Factor that in, you sellers. Know that there's going to be some negotiation. And you buyers out there, you've got a little bit of negotiation on average, 2%. Now, if it's a great house in a great neighborhood and it's priced right and boom, it's gorgeous, might not happen. But on average, you're seeing this. Coming back down here a little bit, days on market. So look, this is dropping. We're at our peak back in February. Remember talking about that? It's because we were seeing interest rates right here really start shooting up. That's what hit it. Everybody got normalized with the interest rates. That starts coming back down. Here in Northeast Florida, pre-COVID, this is normal. 45 to 60 days, pretty much what it is. That's what it was. That's kind of what it had always been. So 45 to 60 days. So if you're out there looking at houses and say, oh, this has been on the market 30 days, what's wrong with it? Just give your agent a break. Relax for a little bit. That's pretty standard. 30 days is nothing to be concerned about. 45, 50. I really don't start getting concerned about what's going on with the listing until we're seeing 100 days out. Just me. I do this every day. You do you. That's what I look at. Coming down here, we're going to look at some of these numbers kind of year over year, month over month. So July 23, July 22. Absorption rate, there we go, a little bit higher. Average list price, once again, 9% growth. Average sale price, 6.55 growth. Now that's month over month, this month versus 2022. Now if you do year over year, we've seen that increase 2%. Once again, it's not the 15 or 20 or 30% that we've seen over the last 2 or 3 years. That's where people get prices are coming down, prices are coming down. They're not coming down. They're still going up. They're just not coming down as fast. So please be aware of that. Know your information, know your data when you're looking at these things. Now, your median sale price, those are down, and that's because of, if we get into the numbers down below, that's just because of certain properties and values where that kind of drives things down, where you get big numbers. So we're going to get down here over into sold listings. Once again, guys, you know that the key, the bread and butter of the Northeast Florida real estate market is between this 3 to 400 range. 3 to 4, 4 to 5. So 3 to 5,000, 3 to 750. That's the key market in Northeast Florida. That's where you're seeing a lot of this, which is good for you buyers out there, good for you sellers out there. Where you're starting to see, and where some of this, the numbers down here, where we're talking about year-to-date numbers going down, You get a lot of that with some of these big sale prices, with some of these $1 million, $2 million, $3 million type things. That's where you're getting some of that. That's affecting those numbers. Now, as we look at it, sold listings, this is something to look at. Year over year, this time July of 23 versus July of 22, we're down. We're just down. Over the entire year, we're down about 17%. The reason I think that is, and I've gone back and forth and I've talked with a lot of people on this, hear me out on this, guys and gals, hear me out on this. When we went through COVID and we had interest rates so unbelievably low, 2.5, 3, those are not normal, it's not natural. I do not foresee those ever going back to that. What happened with that is that took all of our buyers and just went zoop, and it just accelerated what they were going to do. Those are the people who would be buying now or who would be buying next year. They just sucked them right in. They were getting out of leases. They were buying homes because they wanted to buy a home. We talked about before, now it's not a question of want, it's a question of need. Back then it was wants. Hey, interest rates are super low, let's go buy that house. We really don't need it, but we want it, we might as well do it now. Boom, that sucked it. When we're talking about renters, they were buying out of leases, they were doing this. I worked with many customers who, hey Stephen, we're a year or two out, but interest rates are so low, why not? So I think that's why we're starting to see a lot of these numbers right here. I think that is held over from COVID. It sucked all those people in, and now there's just not the same amount of people who are looking to buy. So that's my explanation. You can probably talk to 100 different people and get 100 different answers, but from being on the ground, that's what I see. Once again, our active listings, where's the biggest breakdown of our active listings? It's this 3 to 750 mark, guys. That's where we see it. That is still very affordable here in Florida, still very affordable across the country. Now, one thing I want you guys to know and be prepared with, as things get tighter and as interest rates are high and people are kind of still figuring things out, if you're looking for a certain price point, ask your agent how many of those homes are coming on the market. You can also go through and your agent, and if your agent can't do this, I'm happy to help you with it, but your agent should be able to go, if you're looking at a very specific neighborhood, if it's a golf course community, if it's Fleming Island Plantation down in Mandarin, in Nocatee, Jack's Golf and Country Club, Queens Harbor, those type of places, if you want a very specific neighborhood, have your agent run reports on how many of those homes are turning over. It's reports they have access to, whether they know they do or not. I don't know that. You'd have to ask them. But you can get reports that will show you, hey, if you're looking in a certain neighborhood, there's 500 homes in that neighborhood. On average per year, how many of those list and how often does that inventory flip? So if you're looking in a very specific neighborhood, you need to have that information because that could really affect what you're doing and what you're not doing. Once again, you need to have the knowledge to make an informed and educated decision when you're looking to buy or sell a piece of real estate. So the summary here of what we've got going on in Northeast Florida in real estate for July is, hey, it's kind of balancing out. It's just kind of staying what it is. I personally do not see things changing too much coming up over the next couple months. I think it's just going to stay the same way with inventory of what we have. So for you sellers, once again, make sure that you have your home priced right. Talk to your agent, get multiple opinions, figure out what is going on. For you buyers, hey, there are some opportunities in there. Use that sold to list ratio, that 2%. You can get a quote unquote deal, but there's still opportunity out there for you. If you're looking to sell your house, homes are still selling fast. If you're looking to buy a house, hey, once again, the best time to buy a house is when it fits your lifestyle and it fits your budget. Don't worry about the other stuff. If it fits those two things, that's all you need. I hope you found this educational and informative. Please give me a like, subscribe, and follow. I do this for you. I want everybody to have this information so that they make the best decision for them and their family. Jacksonville, you have a wonderful and great day. Enjoy the weekend, and we will talk soon.